You're tuning in to AfterBuzz TV's The Christmas 24/7 channel, keeping the spirit of Christmas 24/7. Give, forgive, be merry.
What would happen if we all tried to be like Santa and learned to give, as only he can give, of ourselves, our talents, our love, and our hearts? Maybe if we could all learn Santa's beautiful lesson, maybe there would finally be peace on earth and goodwill toward man.
Greetings, people, on the Christmas 24/7 channel. It's the 6 months of Christmas, you guys.
Oh, yes, it is.
And this is a very special episode. This is our very special Thanksmas episode.
Thanksmas.
Hashtag Thanksmas.
Get it trending.
We'll be talking about the preparation for the Thanksgiving holidays, the depression that continues to seep into me over a late Thanksgiving, and the fact that I feel Christmas is over. I really do.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry.
This is it.
Guys, I love this holiday so much. We have a guest in studio today. We have a Christmas attorney, Keven Daly, who's going to be going over all things Christmas legal. Kevin's actually a
Yes.
friend of mine who happens to be a lawyer, but I like the fact that why shouldn't there be a Christmas attorney?
Oh, he could
Why
be
shouldn't
both.
everything be Christmas?
Absolutely.
What are some of the things, Kev, that you could cover and we could cover for Christmas law?
Well, there's always the potential that people are defaming Santa Claus.
Oh,
That's true.
absolutely.
Or if you
Blasphemy in my
or
mind.
take up for the rights of people who want to keep it Christmas, or the flip side, who want it to be generic holiday. We have that.
That's right.
We talked earlier episodes we talked about all the domestics that take place during the holidays. So someone's going to defend those people,
True.
both the victims and the perps.
And there's something like 5 people that die a year from trying to deep fry a turkey, so that could be something.
Is that
you
wait
could,
for Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
Deep-
for Thanksgiving.
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Malicious destruction of property.
And there's like 60
Thank you.
injuries.
Yes.
Tons of homes are destroyed.
Wow, so having a Christmas attorney, this is a big
Yeah.
thing. So our Christmas 24/7 network now has an attorney to join us with all our programming. Okay, so Jeff Scam, a.k.a. Jeff Graham, Erin K. in studio with us. What are we going to go over tonight, Jeff?
Let's let Erin take the reins
Okay.
on our...
Elf
We
Erin?
are- we
Go
ha-
ahead.
are gonna
Excuse
cover-
me, intern Elf Erin.
Thank
Yes.
you. We're going to cover so many topics. We're going to cover our personal holiday traditions,
Okay.
For Thanksgiving.
where Thanksgiving meets Christmas and how they combine. We're going to talk Thanksgiving movies, and we're going to have a little debate over the best Thanksgiving side dish. And we're also going to get into some Black Friday. So we got a lot to cover.
Okay, and guys, but are you feeling a little bit, okay, could at least meet me halfway on this point. The late Thanksgiving, is that not frightening?
Definitely.
Like it's
'cause
2.5 weeks to Christmas.
Once we come back for Thanksgiving break, it's December. And that's crazy.
Ryan in the booth, I see you, you just being all jolly in there, which is nice, but are you not feeling the same way? Are you happy about a late Thanksgiving?
I didn't realize this is a late Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Right. And that is something
Damn
to be
right.
a little worried about. Damn right.
Darn right, excuse
Darn
me.
right. It's a little it's concerning. It makes the time in between a little shorter, especially because there's so many non-believers in early decorating out there that time is just shorter for the decorations for those.
Yeah, I think this is a time where you really do need to put the stuff up. You should always be for for regular people. I feel like it's the week after Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving, but I think this year it needs to be earlier. Ryan, when you look, can you pull up the calendar? What is next year like?
Next year, pulling it up right
I
now.
want to know if we're going to go back to the third week of November for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I think we should just pick like one day for Thanksgiving. Oh, then it would change.
It's
but
got to
like,
be the Thursday, though. I
that's
think.
true. But it just is so annoying because you never know. It like changes so much.
Well,
It's so inconsistent.
This is frightening.
Yes,
No,
I agree.
This is frightening. I mean, I'm really going to have to medicate.
November 26th next year.
Next year.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
we're earlier. So Christmas lands on a Tuesday or Wednesday this year? Do we have that?
I don't know.
It's Christmas.
Yes,
Christmas.
now I'm switching over to Christmas because it took a Gen Xer, of course, to be faster than you, even though you were born with a phone in your
Very true. Christmas this year is on a Wednesday.
Okay, so now, which we'll get into, is we're doing calendars now. Wednesday Christmas is the best Christmas. This
I
is
agree.
this is good news. Here's the silver lining of all of this is Christmas being on a Wednesday, which means it messes up work before and after.
Yeah.
You're talking about 2 solid weeks of Christmas celebration. This is almost like the leap year of Christmas.
Yeah.
Every
Love it.
7 years, Kev,
Absolutely.
it would be. you get this one Wednesday.
like a
This
bonus.
Perfect.
The worst is when it's a Saturday or
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah.
You're just,
you get like 2 days
oh,
off.
the
get
Scrooges love it.
They
They
do.
love it. Back to work.
The school principals of the
They
world.
love it. By the way, isn't it so sad? Because you know who we grew up thinking that the principals,
Are the bad guys.
and that's what they wanted when,
I know.
Yeah.
when they wanted to be there less than we did.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so are we going to move on to subject number one, Jeff Scam?
Let's get there. Do we want to just quickly tease some of the amazing other programming before we dive in?
I would love that, Jeff.
I just quickly, guys, we have some amazing programming on today's show, but we don't really just have this show on the network. Kevin, we've done it. There's now like 6 or 7 solid shows running on the Christmas 24/7. A lot of them, some of my favorites on the network, are very nostalgia based. So, we kind of do general nostalgia on this show. But listen up, we have a show for you no matter what age you are. We have a very 80s Christmas show, a very 90s Christmas show, and we're still pushing those 2 elves on the East Coast to get that 2000s show going too. But Ryan, as one of our esteemed producers, can you tell us a little bit about some of our new nostalgia programming that's really taken over the network?
Absolutely, Jeff. First things first, going with the amazing, very 90s Christmas. This is a new show we started where it's just kind of reminiscing on the Christmases of the 90s and what has changed from then to now. Going everything from the type of toys that were in, the ways people celebrated, the type of decorations, the movies that came out. Like Home Alone was a big one in the 90s. We just covered movies on the show this week. What were some movies then that inspired movies now? Are there similar themes? It's really quite fascinating with the 90s, and we also have the same exact thing with the 80s. Now, 80s, of course, is a lot more music. We're talking George Michael Last Christmas, and what's the legacy of that? We're talking about, and it's people who grew up in the 80s that are.
So that was the
involved
first
in this show.
episode of the 80s, because I know they're going to cover Scrooged and some other 80s Christmas movies as well.
Vacation.
Vacation.
Ooh, I love
Christmas
Vacation.
Oh,
Vacation.
my personal favorite. Yeah, I love they're covering all that. And just what are the themes of all these that have carried on? The idea of the dad trying to put on the perfect Christmas in Christmas Vacation. That is something that is in every TV special, every movie that comes out nowadays, because it's just so iconic. So tune into those shows. They're every weekday on the Christmas 24/7 channel.
And please tell a friend.
Tell a
Jeff?
friend. The fact that we have everyday Christmas content airing, Kevin, we're doing it.
Yeah, we are doing it.
It's just the best. As a producer, the greatest gift I could have received this year is this myriad of Christmas content.
Well, I think, there's a lot of Christmas content that's going to start popping up all over the World Wide Web and certainly on TV. But here's the promise. We're not going to abandon you, are we?
Absolutely
Right, guys?
not.
We will not be abandoning you in that hangover, which we discussed in mid-January, that to me goes until sometime in the late spring. If you're on the East Coast, we will be there for you as well.
There's 2 seasons, Christmas and summer. And
That's it. You're right. Thank you, Erin. Well put.
Yeah, very well
put. And then, we have our Instagram 24/7. We have the Christmas 24/7 on Instagram as well.
That's the
And,
Christmas 247. Find us on Instagram. Inspiring Christmas content every day.
And on
Exactly.
Apple Podcasts, it takes a little bit of a time, so the 80s show and the 90s show may not be up yet, but keep checking for it. So subscribe and give us comments there, and certainly keep sharing comments for this show on Apple Podcasts, but also on YouTube. Okay.
Absolutely. So let's get into it, guys. We're talking Thanksgiving. First, we're going to talk family traditions. Should we start with our esteemed guest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kevin, do you have any, either growing up or now with your own family traditions that really kind of
Mean Thanksgiving to you.
Yeah.
And you are totally he is the Disney movie Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm talking
I love
like
it.
the
Love
pillars, the white picket fence, and I feel like you grew up in that world too. But I
Yeah.
know you have that. You and Susan have that world now with the
I mean,
boys.
this is a compliment, Kev. I got my own dad vibes when I met you, and he is my hero. So I take that as the highest compliment.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yes.
I appreciate that. So our big family tradition, after dinner, well, sometime between dinner and maybe 9 o'clock, is to watch Elf.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best Christmas movies.
After
though-
dinner.
After dinner. Even though it came out, it's not a classic. It didn't come out in the 70s.
It's a new
the
classic
80s.
now.
It's a new
New
classic.
classic.
And
Because it's about 15 years old now.
it's about 15 years old. And my daughter, Mia, can recite almost every single line from Buddy the Elf. And my favorite is when Buddy met the boy named Francisco. And he went, Francisco? Ooh, that's fun to say.
Yeah.
So that's
I
our
love
family
that.
tradition.
I
and
love
just
it.
having everybody home. I have 4 kids. One of them is in college now. He's coming home. Everybody will be together.
That's the
So
best.
that's the best, just everybody being together.
I think there's more of a trend because, Kev, growing up, I don't think it was Thanksgiving.
Yes.
There was no Christmas wasn't involved in my childhood of Thanksgiving. It was maybe going to a football game, or as you got older, you'd go out with some of your friends from high school the night before, kind of a little bit hungover
Yes.
that morning, and then you just kind of ate a ton and you were grateful and thankful, and then that was it. And then maybe the week after the tree would go up.
Yes.
But now I think the country's really is like you. I think you immediately are going into, as soon as that dinner's done, you're moving into.
Moving right into Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah. And particularly, I think, when you have different parts of your family so for example, my son being in college, and now he's home just for the weekend. So you want to get the tree up. You want to get the house decorated. You want to do all that stuff.
Yeah. But you growing up, though, you didn't have it like that,
No,
did you?
not
No,
at all.
It wasn't
Not
like
at-
that.
No, the way you described it is pretty accurate.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little. I think there was less escapism back then. we were beginning it. I think we were rebelling.
Yeah,
sure.
But, all right, let's go to you guys, Erin
okay.
or Jeff.
I was just quickly, I'm glad you brought up Elf, Kevin, because we will be airing a package next week of Man on the Street Christmas Con content, where we asked a very provocative question. Best Christmas performance of all time, Jim Carrey's Grinch or Will Ferrell's Elf?
Oh, I think hands down, Will Ferrell's Elf.
Okay.
Hands down.
All right. Well, we have very
No
opinionated...
disrespect to Jim
No,
Carrey.
it's good.
Wonderful actor.
We have very opinionated takes on both sides.
Very
So,
controversial.
Did you run up to people and scream at them like Billy on the street?
not quite as aggressive, but it's a fun...
I think you should have.
we've been editing it together, and it's coming out really well.
Yeah,
So that's-
we were media partners for the very first Christmas con
Oh, wow.
that took place in your neck of the woods in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right, I want to hear about Erin's side.
Okay, so my family, we always celebrate with my dad's side of the family because they're Jewish, so obviously they don't celebrate Christmas. So ever since I was a kid, we've mostly been coming to California, actually, ironically, because now I'm here. But we always celebrate with my dad's family, and we don't have like a ton of super like concrete traditions. Arguing about politics is one thing. That always happens. We always have like some certain dishes. We always watch the parade, obviously. Jeff, we talked about, is very into the parade. For us,
Very.
it's more of a background thing, like while you're cooking. But
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of traditions, but it's always just a day where you know it's going to be like chill with family.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The parade is very important to me.
Very goy.
I very
Super goy. I love
the
it.
goyest.
Yeah.
They should have named a New Testament Bible book after me. That's how goy I am. The Book of Jeff.
You go,
I love
Jeff.
it.
Yes. So
love it.
I set an alarm so I don't miss the parade.
I love
What time
this.
does the parade come on here? Early?
Early.
Like 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I usually do go out the night before. So, but it's worth it, because you can do a little hair of the dog with the Bloody Mary.
Yes.
So usually I'll
I
go.
love that you get up for the parade, Jeff. Jeff, let's just shut down AfterBuzz and just go to Christmas 24/7. Why do any other programming?
We've talked about this.
Yeah,
talked about it.
I think I just need some stupid money to happen, so that we can do that. All right, so Jeff, go ahead.
So I get in. It's like to the point where sometimes I'll just sit Indian style on the ground, still as an adult, with my Bloody Mary, watching the parade. I just love it. It gets everything started. It has that Christmas vibe, and I love seeing the Broadway musical teases.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I like
Those
about
are
the
really
Thanksgiving
good.
Day parade. Is you can see some of. I like musical theater. You can get some of the teases for what's coming up later in the season. Then other people start to wake up. Now I have all these nieces and nephews. There are 7 under the age of 6.
Oh boy.
So Jeff,
That's a lot.
you're going home for this,
Going home,
right?
yeah. I'm flying home.
And Jeff, you're up. Someone's in the kitchen with the student turkey duty, right? Usually.
Laurie Graham, but I will say she's a prepper, so a lot of it's going to be prepped in advance. But the turkey,
But the
is
turkey
usually
is
day of.
that's a many hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Laurie's in the kitchen getting things done. Usually my dad's up. He's retired now, so it'll be interesting to see what he's doing.
Ooh.
But it's pretty if you want to talk about like a roll your eyes iconic Midwest Thanksgiving. Trying to think of other traditions. We do Thanksgiving carols, and they do exist. If you didn't know that.
Wait, what?
JPJ's
I didn't know
carols?
that.
I did
Yeah.
not know that. That's high level.
Yes. Usually they'll just be hymns that'll be like
Okay.
Great is thy faithfulness is a kind of a
Interesting.
Yeah,
I did
so
not
a
know
lot
that
of
one.
My dad's playing piano. We sing goy hymns before we eat.
I love it. And so how many people usually show up at the Graham
It's gonna
dinner?
be big this year. God bless. I've lost a lot of my parents' parents, but my
Sorry.
sweet grandma Eleanor is left, and the rest of them will
great.
be there with us in spirit.
Okay.
So Eleanor will be there. It's Grandma Ellie. That's my dad's mom, and then both of my parents, God bless, they're still here, which is great. My two sisters who are now married, they've got each have
and the
3
kids.
now.
And the kids make it
Yeah.
more fun.
The kids will make it more fun, and my wife second Thanksgiving with my wife, but
Oh, wait now. What about her family?
So we alternate. So we're gonna do Thanksgiving at the Grahams, and then Christmas at the Palmers, and then next year will be the opposite.
And
so
were you similar areas? Are you both from the Midwest?
it's funny. We're both very Midwestern. She's Carmel, Indiana. I'm Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, so how many hour drive?
5 hours.
Oh, okay.
That's the Midwest.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's not that far.
But here's the thing:
if
in
you're going
Goy-
between.
Midwestern Goy culture, everyone gets along.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so it's not a drag for you to have to go be with her family. I bet.
It's pretty lucky. I will say
Yeah.
it's almost was spooky when I met my girlfriend's then girlfriend's family, because it was like, whoa, this is the same wallpaper. I walked in and it was like, we made lemon nut bread, and I was like, that's what my mom makes.
I've never even heard of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so very kind of like stepping into my
Yeah.
own family, for better and for worse.
Yeah.
And Kev, with your wife's family, do you have to split it, or do you
We
guys
do
now
this-
you have your new thing?
Yeah, no. We do the same thing, so we alternate. So this is a Condelmo year. Sue Condelmo, my
Right.
beautiful wife. And so we host during the Condelmo years
Right.
at our house. And then when it's a daily year, my side, we go to my sister's. Wow. So we have back and forth.
It's got to be tough on that's what hurts when you're a parent. Like for your kids, when they start having to break up, like and go to the it's a little bit
in
of a
other words,
bummer.
as they get older and they have spouses and you see them every other year or whatever.
Yeah, or you see a lot of families have to do 5 or 6 stops. I mean,
Yes.
multiple
Oh, yeah.
stops,
Yes.
and when you have to dress the kids in the snow outfits, and
Yes.
it becomes. I knew a lot of young parents. It was just they would dread it.
Yeah.
Because they had to make the 3 or 4 stops at different relatives.
It's the one nice thing. My parents say, when you're here for Thanksgiving, we want you all in, and then you can go do your other scams, as Kevin would say. So it's nice. Yeah. So it's nice. For Christmas, we know we'll be there. For Thanksgiving, we know we're here. So it's almost better than the distracted running around. We're
Yeah.
going to be all in for Thanksgiving with
That's
the Graham fam.
that's the best thing about different religions of your parents. That more people should marry Jewish people. You don't have to worry about it.
And you get all the days off of the Jewish holidays.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's a
except that it's a lot of work. The Jewish, it's the Greek Orthodox too. The Jewish, it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
There's fasting. There's like it's easy.
I don't do
Catholic,
that,
it's
though.
easy. It's so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, they just
you
make you feel.
drinking.
They
All
just
you
make
do.
you feel guilty
Yeah,
about stuff.
no, that's part of it.
There's more internal
That's
work.
all part of it. You're right.
Yeah.
But you drink to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like you eat to
Exactly.
deal
They
with
give
it.
you wine at
Yeah,
church.
that's right.
Yeah.
So, for us, I think growing up, as I already said, it was much more sloppy, and then coming to LA, it was always hard for Maria, my wife, and I, because we had no family out here, and that's why we always loved Santa Claus's Come to Town, because at the end, Kris Kringle and Mrs. Claus are out in the woods to get married, and all they had was the animals and themselves. And, no church ever
Just
looked
like you.
nicer. That's it. So for Maria, it was always us and the dogs. That was it, and we were like, okay. And I was like you, Jeff. I would watch the Thanksgiving parade, but unfortunately, I always would watch it in work mode.
Yeah. I'm
Like
sure.
I literally would be in front of it, Kev, and be like, "Why isn't Maria hosting that?"
Yeah.
I'm like, Maria, and I'd be like, you are a host, so
are
which
destined
means
to do
Oh,
that.
she,
no,
would,
but
she
you're.
would be perfect.
She's
Well, I
perfect
used to
for
say,
it.
well, here's the thing. Like to get a little off Christmas, I used to always say, like, Maria, you're not an actress full time. You are a full time host, TV personality, which means you need to be involved in all of Americana.
Right.
Yeah.
So if there's a Thanksgiving parade, New Year's Eve, which she does, all those things, and she was like, I was like, no, I want to make a turkey.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be the hard
So-
part is you
so-
don't get to be home for Thanksgiving.
And Maria, that's
Yeah.
more important to her.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I would do that. But then Maria, I'm on errands and shopping duty. So I'm constantly making all the runs to get the food. I'm constantly making we forgot this. We need to go get this. We need to go get that. It used to early on. It would be doing the setup and then the breakdown. And Maria, like, she is crazy about her turkeys. She works it for like 9 hours.
Wow.
Every 15 minutes, basting. it.
Basting.
Yeah,
Wow.
literally the moistest turkey you'll ever have. And she's so proud of it.
She's high level.
Yeah,
love
she's
it.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, it was us and the dogs for the first few years, and then we would meet other younger orphans, and we would always feel bad and say, well, God, we know what it's like to not have everyone. So we started having more people at our house, and then I used to have to rent tables and chairs, and it was getting bigger and bigger, and we loved it. We would, and I think it was a few years back where we decided to go back east to see some of Maria's cousins, Greek cousins who we hadn't seen in years. Plus, Mom and Dad, her parents were there. So we finally were like, okay, let's get on a plane and deal with it. We never wanted to deal with. If you know me, I never like to deal with the biggest travel day of the year, right? Which is right, isn't it the day before
Thanksgiving?
It's the biggest travel day of the year, and so I'm like, I am not getting in that mess. But we have the last few years, so we've now migrated home, and we go and we're with the Greeks, and what they do is they have their Thanksgiving, and then at night. They play board games. There's one relative who talks to nobody in their family, but since I've met him, he talks to me, and he and I watch he's a lawyer. We watch Godfather together every year.
You love to adopt a misfit.
Always.
You wanted a healthy family film, so
Yeah.
you thought The Godfather would be
Perfect.
great.
Well, right? It's on AMC every year.
Yes.
They have the marathon. And then the other thing that I do is my tradition, since I've been going back there, is I like to go visit Walmarts on the Black Friday at the calm before the storm. So I'll always go by there and say, oh, do you guys need, can I get extra stuffing? So I always purposely go by to the random Walmarts down in the Connecticut area, hoping I'm going to see, and I see them all putting out the flat panels. So this year I said, I really want us to, as a family, be part of it. And I want to jack Maria in the worst way. Whatever I told the father and mother, whatever she buys, we have to tackle her. So they're like, I love it. So just to kind of get the spirit
Good
going.
thing she definitely doesn't watch those shows. So
No, she knows. No, she knows she's getting jacked.
okay.
I'm like, Maria, because she was like, Kev, should we go back? My mother-in-law is sick. I'm like, no, all of the reason why we need to go back, Maria, and let her be with loved ones, and she'll get energy from people. But I'm like, and plus, you're getting jacked at the Walmart at the Black Friday. But Erin, you brought up something good about the Black Friday thing. That does kind of bum me out. Is the earlier it's gone, it really the workers have to.
Yeah, that's the reason
right?
I'm not a fan of Black Friday because the Thanksgiving, there's stores that open at 10 p.m. or 8 p.m. on Thanksgiving now, and it makes me feel really bad.
It's worse, Erin. No, now it's
during Thanksgiving Day.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes me just feel really bad for the poor workers that are making minimum wage that don't get to have Thanksgiving dinners with their families and have to deal with the throngs of crazy people. So that's the reason I'm not a fan. I mean, they get overtime.
They go
still.
overtime, but you're right. In the
But
grand
then they
scheme,
feel
it's not
even like
worth
they
it.
have to do it because they're like, I can't turn down this money,
Right.
but I would love to spend time with my family. So
Jeff,
Yeah.
counterpoint.
Family sucks. I know. My job as a host is to have a counterpoint.
No, you
here.
don't have to. No, I'm just playing with you.
I will say the Palmer family, so my wife's family, they went in on Black Friday.
That's what I want. I love that.
They did shirts. So coordinated 5-person nuclear family and Palmer family Black Friday squad shirts.
Squad, yeah. So we have each other's
Oh,
backs.
God.
and you have to wear vibrant colors so you can spot each other in the crowd.
Yes.
My father-in-law is kind of Chevy Chase from Christmas Vacation. And Bill, I hope you take that as a
I
compliment.
love that,
love
though.
That too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because I was thinking, and I still may do it, I was going to go to play it against Sam's or one of those used sporting goods stores because I was going to get hockey equipment for all of us. Instead, so we can go in and
That's fine.
fight.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I said, we have to go to the one that has the most crime.
Oh, a Boston
Barnes
Black
not
Friday,
real.
Kev, sounds scary.
Well,
Oh, my God.
okay, so Kev, you're back there, and of course you are our Christmas attorney. I've heard in the last couple of years that it's contained.
Okay.
Kev, the last year or two,
Black Friday?
Ryan in the booth, can you look up?
if it's contained.
Is Black Friday crime
injury rate
and criminal activity down? because I think that they're more proactive
Okay.
about it. Maybe some of the cyber deals
Oh,
have
yeah, that
undercut it?
definitely
I don't
cuts
know,
down
but Kev, you're nodding. Is it still crazy?
I think it's still a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
People,
I think people like it. They like the excuse to just go out and get out their,
they love the
anger.
chaos
It's like
of
the
it.
purge.
You know what it is? It's from dealing with your family all day on Thanksgiving, then you go get to release your anger on some poor, unsuspecting citizen over TV.
Okay, so other than the negative side of it, it does get you in the spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about Thanksmas.
Yes.
And Kev, to your point before you came on the show, you were talking about how the family migrates to then watch Elf. And we were talking, I know I'm jumping around on our format, but we were talking about after dinner, Thanksmas, it's when it converts to Thanksmas.
Yeah.
It seems like after dinner for everybody, whether it's the parents who stay at the table and talk politics, the kids go down to the basement, play with the toys, and what's on TV? It's all Christmas movies. So we really do go into Christmas. But the
Definitely.
Black Friday, it just kind of I don't know, to me, it seems like it just gets the spirit going.
Oh, for sure.
I know a lot of people have
agree.
cocktails
Yeah.
and they go and do it. You know?
That's fun.
Yeah.
So they make it fun like your
Yeah.
family does. I'm not looking for the fun. I'm looking to get jacked.
Yeah.
I'm going to jack my wife, or
looking for
we're
the
going to get jacked.
Well,
Either way.
if it does happen, we'll post it on the Christmas 24/7 Instagram, so
Yes.
you should follow it.
Those cocktails.
I just said, Maria's like, we don't need a flat panel. I'm like, yes, we do. I was like, we have to, because it always seems like the flat panel.
So we have some injury statistics.
What do we got,
boy.
Ryan?
From 2006 to 2018, there were 117 injuries, total
Whoa.
of 12 deaths.
Kevin's like,
12
cha-ching.
deaths.
personal injury.
2013
injury.
was the most dangerous year for Black Friday. But
See?
yeah.
How many, do you have the numbers for 13?
For 2013, it was the most amount. It says, it doesn't give me a specific number. It says there were 10 reported oh my goodness. Oh gosh, there were 10 reported incidents in 2013, and some really tragic deaths.
no.
But and I actually forgot about this. Last year, 2018 was actually the second dangerous one. as well.
So it's going
I
back
forgot
up.
about this. Apparently, last year in Minnesota, there was a tragic shooting that happened on Black Friday.
Oh, boy.
I completely forgot about that.
Minnesota, would that be the Mall of America?
It doesn't say Mall of America. It says it was in Minnesota, though. Yeah, I kind of remember that actually last year. That was
Mall of
going
America.
around.
Wow.
But what's crazy is where I'm from in Delaware, it's one of the crazier Black Fridays in the entire country because there's no sales tax in Delaware. So I'm talking Apple Store,
Oh, gosh.
midnight. Like you're saving
Wait a
$200
second.
on a
Connecticut to
computer.
Delaware by car is what, 6-7 hours, Kev?
About 6
You're
or-
not
6 or
driving to
7.
Delaware.
Wait a second. No
can do it.
sales tax?
No sales tax.
You can,
It's big.
you can jack Maria.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Delaware, right?
In Delaware? I'm like, have to.
It's a big deal. I mean,
So-
you could save $200 on a laptop.
That's crazy.
I'm going to get laptops. I'm going to get flat panels. I can't wait.
Wow.
I'm so
Christmas sweaters.
everything.
Yeah, the whole 9.
Yeah. Well, South Park does a great episode about. Have you seen the one on Black Friday they
I don't
did?
know if I have, but I love South Park.
Yeah, they did a great, and I think as these shows come up, we've talked about doing a TV special.
Oh, it's a
one,
great idea.
but
Yeah.
we're just running out of time,
I
people,
know.
because the holidays are almost over.
Yeah.
Okay, Erin, what do we got?
So we kind of have covered some of this, but ideas for new holiday traditions, because like my family
Thanksmas.
for Thanksmas, yes. So because my family doesn't have a ton, but like as I grow up and I'll have kids in the next probably 10 years, so I want to create some holiday
right, what are we
traditions. So
doing?
here's some ideas. Getting a white tablecloth and letting people draw on it and sign it. That I think
And
is a
bring
really
it
good
back
idea.
every year
Yes, so you can
a
remember who
message.
was at the Thanksgiving dinner, and you
Great
can write down
scam.
what you're thankful
That's a
for. You can
great
draw on
scam.
it. I think it's nice, and you can say
Scamsgiving
like,
right
"Oh,
there.
remember
Yeah.
this ex-boyfriend of mine? He was at our Thanksgiving." You know.
Thankful we're not together
Exactly.
anymore.
It's fun.
No, especially with a family, that's a
Yeah.
great idea.
So, I mean, obviously start decorating for Christmas, going out and getting a Christmas tree. Probably not on Thanksgiving, but if you have the tree, you can decorate it with the whole family. This is a fun game, having everyone write down what they're thankful for and putting it in a bowl and mixing it up, and you don't sign your name to it, and then you pick it out and you read it and you try and guess who wrote it.
We
So-
actually do this one.
You
The
do?
only
Of
problem,
course you
the
do.
problem with this one is here's what you get. Okay, who wrote this one? To my beautiful wife Laura, my perfect partner who's helping
Well,
me
yeah,
in my
you
LA
gotta,
journey.
you gotta make it a little harder.
Generic. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for my partner.
Or you
But
can
that's
make
not
it,
fun
you
if
can
it's
do funnier.
generic.
And by the way,
yeah.
for what they did, because him,
That's true.
You know,
That's
You
true.
say, I'm grateful I don't have herpes like Jeff, you know? Something like that.
As of last year.
My darkness has run off on you.
You can
Escalated
spill
so
some
quickly.
tea. I'm sorry. Jeff doesn't have herpes.
You don't know that, Erin.
That I know of. Okay. So making an old family recipe or creating a new recipe that you can make every year. And then we also have, watching a movie. And if you're not in the Christmas movie mood yet, you can do Thanksgiving movies. So we have compiled a list of
Kinda list.
Thanksgiving
Oh, this
movies.
is good. This is good.
So a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, which is my absolute favorite.
Oh, yes.
That's the one I grew up with even more than the Christmas one. And I remember so vividly the meal that they make. And it's kids, so they obviously don't know how to cook. So they make popcorn and buttered toast and jelly beans. And it looks so delicious. For some reason, I remember...
It looks great.
But for some reason, I remember being like, oh, I wish I could have that for Thanksgiving. It's toast and jelly beans.
Do you not love the ending?
Oh, of course.
Remind me of the ending.
I don't remember. I disagreed with you.
Okay, Snoopy and Woodstock.
Yep.
They come together and make the amazing feast with the turkey.
Oh, yeah.
You see it literally credits
Okay,
are rolling.
yes.
That's high level.
Right?
That's a good memory.
Can you bring in a
You
clip
could
of
find
that?
the
Or
clip,
we gonna
yeah.
find a clip of just type in the end of Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's funny. Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown was the feature film they made, and once again, it's Woodstock and Snoopy who kind of come out on top.
Yeah.
It's
In
always.
fact, it's actually Woodstock who does all that. But yeah, it's a little disastrous.
Oh, it's such a good scene.
You know, the whole thing with Charlie Brown. The Christmas one was, when I was a kid, was the slowest of all the Peanut specials. But now, to me, it's the one that's the most endearing.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Fragile Christmas Tree. Kev, do you remember?
I remember.
Did you and your kids watch those?
We watch the Charlie Brown ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a great, the little Christmas tree that falls apart.
Yeah.
And it's about the
very
meaning
cute.
of it.
Yeah.
And Linus comes out and gives that great speech.
Yes. Classic.
And,
the
and you know,
wishbone.
as far as the Thanksgiving special goes, see, over the credits, and then he's even doing the
pie.
the dessert.
I love that.
But this is one of the highest rated annually.
Yep.
Go to the Ryan in the booth.
Yeah.
Look up ratings for Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. It's one of the highest rated holiday specials.
love it.
It usually wins the week.
Chuck Schultz.
Yeah. Hey, I feel like there's the Halloween, the Great Pumpkin,
Yeah.
and there's Christmas. I think I don't know where they rank in terms of. I still think the Rankin Bass, claymations are the greatest of these.
Yeah.
But they definitely have a place.
Peanuts is special. That's one of those
For sure.
American staples.
But I feel like I don't know if Peanuts works today because he was just
Holy
unfortunate.
cow. Sorry, 1.7 million.
Yeah.
Wow, last year.
That's crazy.
Among 18 and 49-year-olds. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Good demo.
Beats
Yeah.
Survivor and everything. Wow.
Yeah.
Holla.
Holla.
But I think the character of Charlie Brown, he's so down and he's so crapped on. I don't feel like he would resonate.
But at the end of the day, he always ends up happy.
You know what,
I
Kev?
don't
does.
He never wins.
Yes, he does.
This is
All the
interesting,
people
though,
come
Kev.
to his Thanksgiving dinner and,
There's people actually recently have been really identifying with these types of characters. Eeyore would be the other one.
Oh, yeah.
They say it's like an earnest representation of what it's like to live with depression. So
Yeah.
people really kind of identify with these characters because it's a show that, even though there are these depressive characters, their friends still rally around them and love
Yeah.
them anyway.
Lucy's not rallying around Charlie
true.
Brown. She
Okay.
takes away the football.
Well,
like
Lucy
when
is a
he
B
kicks it.
word. Okay,
Yeah.
the rest of them. Charlie has a lot of friends.
Look at Ryan in the
Sorry.
booth.
Ryan is shell shocked.
Okay, there are some actual feature films though as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of my favorites is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, great.
If you're not familiar, it is Steve Martin and John Candy, and they're
Quintessential
trying to get
Thanksgiving.
home for Christmas. John Candy is a shower curtain ring salesman, and they have to work together to get home. It's so great.
It's one of his greatest roles.
Yeah.
We lost John Candy far too young. He was one of my favorite actors.
Me
Supposed to be
too.
a wonderful man behind the scenes as well. But yes, I think that's the Thanksgiving movie.
yeah,
Home for Thanksgiving,
sure.
right?
Yes, they're trying to get home for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good.
Great
And then
story.
yeah.
Paul Blart.
Paul Blart Mall Cop 1 and 2 are technically Thanksgiving movies because he works in a mall and it takes place kind of on Black Friday. They're good. Okay, I haven't seen 2, so I can't speak for 2, but Paul Blart Mall Cop 1 is.
I enjoyed it.
It's pretty good.
I mean,
liked
Kevin James is incredibly
it's
talented.
goofy, but it's fun.
I liked it.
Yeah. So the next one I don't actually know about, but you recommended it.
So it's a little darker if you're in the mood
Yeah.
for some dark chocolate on Thanksgiving. A movie called Krisha. Now, Kevin, have you heard of this director, Trey Edward Schultz?
No.
He's probably going to be Oscar nominated this year for a movie called Waves. He's a young guy.
Okay.
This is his debut feature film. He made it for like $25,000. It's a shoestring budget. The movie looks incredible.
Okay.
He actually filmed it around Thanksgiving with his family. So it's kind of this tragedy about an alcoholic. Sorry, it's not the most like... But if you're into good filmmaking and you're into like a filmic Thanksgiving, this woman, it's his real life aunt, a woman named Krisha Fairchild, finally getting parts. She was just cast in American Horror Story. One of the best acting performances I've ever seen on screen.
Really?
She plays this broken kind of alcoholic who's returning from her estranged family after 10 years, and she demands that she wants to cook Thanksgiving dinner for the family.
I love it. Simple
It's-
premise, but yeah.
Yeah, it's talk about if you want to see it would inspire you, Kev, because it's this shoestring movie. You're on the edge of your seat the whole time. It's this incredibly made.
Wow.
And it's
I'm
on Thanksgiving,
in.
so
yeah.
Very good.
yes.
All right, and then our final one is Addams Family Values, which I put this in because it has one of the best Thanksgiving scenes of all time, in my opinion. So Wednesday is forced to play a Native American in this school play, and she goes off script, and she kind of just owns these pilgrims and like tells them like, you guys weren't heroes, you're genocidal, all this stuff, and then she's like, I've decided to scalp you all. It's so funny.
Dark comedy.
Yes, go look it up online if you want, but it's one of my favorite scenes.
Okay, brings us to another subject.
Yes.
Have they taken the pilgrim out of Thanksgiving? So, Kev, when you have kids in school, when we grew up, it was pilgrims and Indians, and right? Has that been
I
taken
think
out
that's
of Thanksgiving?
Gone. Yeah. I think that for a variety of reasons.
Right.
That's not. That's not
Your
the thing
memories,
anymore.
Erin, you're the
I
youngest.
learned about
I had
it. I learned about it. I was probably coming up on the tail end. Like, we did stuff that looking back was like not cool. Like, we had this thing called Harvest Day, and they were like, oh, dress up as an Indian and we'll go in the woods and do stuff. I'm like, that's so no. But like, I did it when I was a kid. I didn't know any better. But so I think.
His thing, Indians look cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
the war paint,
but we're
the outfits.
we're like bastardizing their culture and all this. Not to get too woke on you. I know you don't like it.
Why can't it be seen that we're honoring?
It is, but when there's real life Native Americans in our country now who like live on reservations with no clean water or grocery
not cool.
stores.
The
so.
good point that was brought up to me was people will dress up as an Indian for Halloween, but you would never dress up as just a black person for Halloween. You'd pick a specific
Yeah.
person, and it's the one culture where I'm dressing up as just one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't see the village people without an Indian.
That's fair, but I think, now if you're interested in that culture, then take the time to actually learn about it. And instead of just buying a
I
cheap
think if you
headdress
dress up
from
as
a
a
Halloween store.
specific Indian, Native American,
I mean, that's a little iffy for me, but I get what you mean.
yeah, at least it's like if you go as Pocahontas, I
Yeah.
feel like you're honoring.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as your Thanksgivings, they were involved in your child.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. And
Yeah.
now
I
that's
think
gone,
I'm
right?
pretty sure, yeah.
It's gone, right?
It's
Yeah.
for the most part.
I feel like in Ohio they're still doing it. I feel like in Cleveland.
Jeff, will you find out for
I
next
will.
week?
All right, maybe on the coast it's gone. In the middle, we're not sure
I'm
yet.
sure they're still doing it in the Midwest.
Okay, so question then, what are they teaching? Is it like, hey, this is a day to be thankful, or is it like they had this first Scamsgiving?
First Scamsgiving.
400 years ago.
They crossed
still,
the aisle.
Is that what they teach? Like
That's what I
Isn't
learned.
that folklore
Yeah.
or is it history?
It is folklore.
I think
Yeah.
it's folklore. Yeah.
But they
there's-
taught
it's
it
I'm
as
sure it's like-
apocryphal.
I'm sure it's like a grain of truth to it, but yeah.
But what are they teaching today? Do they teach that, or is it just like this is
I
a
think
day
it's
we
less
say? It's a day we say
historical.
thanks.
It's a day we
Yeah.
say thanks. That's what I see.
You saw
in
from
the-
your
in the-
how old's
in
your
my
youngest,
kids'
Kev?
generation? 13.
Oh, so
Okay.
she
Yeah.
right.
So she's 7th grade, and
And seeing those K through 7, it was definitely day to be thankful.
That's right. And as time went on, with all of my kids, it was less based in the history of Thanksgiving and more based in
Be thankful.
just a day to be
Well,
thankful.
listen, bringing it back to the Christmas 24/7, that's what we say about this show. Is it doesn't matter what your religion or your faith is or whatever. It's like, what's wrong with a time of giving and forgiving
Exactly.
and gratitude and being positive? So I think, what's wrong with a day to just say thanks? And what I also admire is the immigrants who come to this country and really embrace Thanksgiving. I think that's
sure.
cool too, where they're like, no, we're here. So my wife's family's all from Greece, but they're all in, and my some people work for me are Mexican and Guatemalan, and they're all in like full Thanksgivings. I think it's great. Like it's just a day to say thanks. It doesn't. I don't think it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Why not expand it to 6 months of Christmas?
Yes, Kevin.
Exactly.
Yes,
Thank
Just,
you. You
just
get it.
saying, I'm with
Yeah,
you guys
right?
on that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why we are the 6 months of Christmas. Erin, have we left anything out?
I think we're good. I mean, I think we
Now,
covered.
will you guys be going? Okay, so you guys aren't going to your home. Jeff, your hometown,
am.
will you be going to the college bar? Because what we didn't mention is that we said the biggest travel day of the year. What we didn't mention is the biggest bar night of the year
Yes.
is Thanksgiving Eve.
I think we're sort of transitioning out of that. We'll see. I'll see all my college friends, but we'll probably do more of like we hang out.
But your college friends are from all different cities. Isn't it the
Sorry,
high
I'm talking
school
high school.
friends?
Sorry, yes, I will see all my high school friends, but I don't think we'll do like. There's one specific bar that all the probably
There's always one, right?
21 to 26-year-olds go.
Yes.
I'm just outside of that margin now. Aaron's laughing because I'm
27.
old.
I had some friends who used to Thanksgiving morning. Their tradition was to do football, and then as they got older, they didn't want to get injured. In
Yeah.
their 30s, it became horseshoes, and they still do it. So
Yeah.
while the wives are home making dinner or whatever, they get together with all the high school friends and do an activity. That's kind of cool. Kev, do you have the high school any of the?
They high school football in Rhode Island, where I'm from, used to be very big on Thanksgiving, and it's kind of dwindling a bit.
Really?
The school I went to, Bishop Hendricken, doesn't have a high school game anymore on Thanksgiving.
Oh my goodness!
Because their rival, for a variety of reasons, their rival is in the city of Warwick, and it merged with another school, and
Gotcha.
so it's not as big as it was in the '80s. High school football on Thanksgiving morning was big.
Turkey
think
Bowl.
Yeah,
Probably in some
Turkey Bowl.
I'm sure in communities it's still
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do it in Cleveland.
it's so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife she said for whatever randomly I want to do Black Friday, but she wants to do Thanksgiving Eve. We all need to go and get drunk down in Connecticut.
fun.
And
It's
it's
fun.
funny. One of my goals when we got this house in Connecticut, I always say it's left over from the bling era. It's like, I have a lot of money. I don't know what to do with it. Let's get 60 acres. And now I'm stuck with this place. But anyway,
I'll live there if you want me to. I'll maintain
You'll
it.
come visit.
Of course.
You're
Yes.
close by. You're
Yeah.
only about 35
Yeah.
minutes away from us. No, it's great because my in-laws love it.
Yeah.
They love it. It's fun for them. But anyway, so one of my goals was I need to become the most popular man in town. So I did everything I could to make friends with
You've already
everybody.
conquered LA. You need
So,
a new town.
I'm not. I didn't conquer LA. That's the problem. So I'm like, I
think you
need
did.
to get a win. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Canterbury, yes, I'm very popular. So
I'm sure you are.
No, we have a lot of great friends back there.
That's good.
And there's a couple of there's one bar in the town that and I couldn't believe she said it. She's like, let's all go get drunk. I'm like, I'm in.
Kev, you know why
Let's
it's
do
so
it.
great though? Because everyone you're meeting doesn't have ulterior motives. In LA, you make friends and you're just like, but what do you really want?
Yeah.
No,
Whereas when you
yeah.
meet someone in Canterbury, Connecticut, it's how's your holiday going? It's
Yes.
just so earnest and
Although, now wait, Erin, why? 'Cause
I thought you were going to talk about your pet junkie again.
my pet junkie Dave, we're going to invite him to
Of course.
Yeah, I have a
Good.
pet junkie in Canterbury. He'll be coming. Maria wants him we're bringing him for Thanksgiving.
that's nice.
And Maria, my wife, I forgot this. She wants to do a Thanksgiving Eve dinner.
cool.
Because,
I like that.
because the night one, when we go to her family, when you cook for so many, the quality of food is good, but it can only be so good for like 30 or 40 people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Maria's like, I want to do one that's just for the 8 of us.
Yep.
And so our pet junkie
That's a good
is
idea.
going to come that day. But no, I was going to say in Connecticut, it's funny. No, you get the people that are warm and wonderful, and then it can be a little bit of a red state, Jeff.
Oh, interesting.
It can, yeah.
Because I never know. I'm in LA. I try to. We're wired to be much more communal because we have everything out here, every race, every religion. And I love it. So I just say happy holidays, like whatever. It's the same. My sentiment is the same.
Right.
I don't have to say. So when I was at a Starbucks there, at a Target Starbucks, and I got my whatever, and I said to the person, the barista, I was like, "Oh, happy holidays!" She's like, "Happy holidays!" And these two mean old men just turned around and were like, Merry Christmas, you mean?
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
It's a little angry.
Yeah.
I think
they,
they just hang out at a Starbucks specifically
They're
for that
waiting.
because they have that whole controversy of like their cup saying Merry Christmas.
Yes.
These
Yeah.
guys are just looking for a fight.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Wow.
So anyway, so it's not all,
It's not all sunshine
Yeah.
and rainbows.
it's not all sweet potato casserole. So quickly,
Yes.
our dishes.
Okay, yes.
That was yours, sweet potato casserole.
We do have a little bit of a Thanksgiving side debate. I made a little graphic for it, actually, if you want to put it up. We have a Thanksgiving side showdown, and we were all going to argue in favor of our favorite side. Mine is sweet potato casserole with marshmallows on top. I think it's the best because it's a little bit of dessert in the dinner, and it's amazing.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
It really
exactly.
is. No,
Oh, I like this graphic.
Thank you. I made it myself.
my wife makes that one, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And every time we introduce someone to that dish, it usually steals the
It's
show.
so good.
I'm such a stuffing guy. I know it's
Yeah.
maybe conventional.
The great American stuffing debate must take place then.
You're pro stuffing.
I am beyond pro stuffing.
Yeah, it's essential. It's iconic. It's when you get the crunch of the apples mixed with the softness of the bread,
yeah.
mixed with the delicious consistency of that nice egg wash. I made our stuffing last year. Did a pretty good job.
I don't want to get
Pulls
yelled at.
the
I don't
whole
like
dinner
it.
No. Okay, now listen. It's fine. Now, Jeff.
Okay. Yes.
No, I'm pro the casserole and I'm pro stuff. I mean, I love all of this.
Totally.
My problem with stuffing, and I think Adam Carolla has the same problem as I do. You wait all year for you're not going to have the sweet potato casserole all year, just like you're not going to have stuffing all year.
Right.
So you wait all year, and then you go to sit down to have your stuffing. And then what you get is these comedians who, next thing you know, it's like walnuts and cranberries and like
Chocolate chips.
chocolate
Yeah.
chips. And you're like, what am
They
I?
get
What
fancy with it.
are we? And it's like you waited all year and now you improvised. So the only way you can go is down. You're not going to go so far up.
Yeah, it's true.
Your chances of disappointment was so greatly increased. So my wife every year goes, and here's the stuffing like we made, and here's my husband's stuffing.
You're like a little kid that they have to make it separate.
And every year, guess whose stuffing gets wiped out? Mine! Which is the standard stuffing with
Yes.
lots
Yeah.
of butter and all the right, and really fluffy and great consistency.
Yep.
And every year it gets wiped out, and then there's like the
funky one.
the Illuminati friggin' stuffing.
Yep.
So anyway, so that's
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's
So
Kevin's rant of the episode.
that is my. It's always one
gotta
rant.
get one
Okay,
in. love it.
Kev, I know we're putting you on the spot here because you didn't prepare for this. But,
That's all right.
But would you have one side dish?
I do. We have the traditional stuff at the Daly house, but my son Brendan Daly makes the best mac and cheese homemade, and
that's
it
good.
is,
Interesting.
as they say, fab.
So, and when,
Ah,
did,
it's
by the way,
better,
and when
yes.
did mac and cheese become part of Thanksgiving?
I think that's recent. I think it's kind of like a Southern thing.
Yeah.
That's what I associate it with, and now it's kind of crept its way up. But
it really has. So, Kev,
and cheese is so good.
here's what Maria makes. My wife makes a buffalo chicken mac and cheese for Thanksgiving.
that's amazing.
and it's always become a standard, and we know a lot of people that are making it too.
I gotta see if my son Brendan can
A
do
buffalo
that.
chicken
Yeah.
one?
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
he will. But here's the thing. For the same reasons, let him make his standard dish because
Yes.
you're going to be disappointing people when he brings out
well,
the
you
buffalo
can
chicken.
test it. You could see which one people prefer.
I like that.
That's
Future
right.
years.
You do the
like that,
taste
Erin.
test.
Yeah.
But, I think you got to stay with what's working. It's
Yeah.
it's a tradition. It works. You go with it.
If it ain't
I
broke,
And then
don't fix it.
and you can improvise, but it's got to be like a side dish.
Yes.
Don't these are the things. Thank God I'm here to manage this. And for me, same thing with potatoes. Like the mashed potatoes. Let's get a lot of butter in there. I don't mind you putting in some cream.
Yes.
Like but let's not start adding the onions and the this and the that and the no, separate. Yes.
Right.
But again,
We gotta have we're Thanksgiving purists, is what we're
I
learning.
just
That's
think that
Exactly.
you want to stick with what works because you waited all year for this.
Yeah.
And what a letdown when it's like you.
It's not what you wanted.
It's not what you expected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know who wins this because they're all good.
that's true.
I don't know
We're
who
not
wins.
really debating as much as saying, "Oh, I love that."
Yeah.
Maybe adding new things.
Yeah,
Great-
exactly.
Great side dishes. I mean, is it just? And then obviously you have really good rolls. You want really good bread,
Yeah.
fresh,
Nice and warm.
warm.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's become a big one at our house, which I know is Southern, but it just kills, is the biscuits.
Yeah. Not a huge biscuits guy personally.
Really,
I know
Jeff?
that's a hot take.
Jeff, you made me.
I don't love a biscuit.
I mean, that's your opinion, and
Okay,
that's fine.
now, is this an Italian thing where we eat like such savages?
Oh no.
Where at around a certain hour, you're now making sandwiches. Later in the evening, you're starting to make it. Kev, that's too gluttonous or no?
No. That happens in the Daily House.
That's a
Okay,
next
right.
day thing for
Next
us.
day.
Next day, too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
I like
Sure.
that idea because you always finish Thanksgiving dinner and you kind of want to eat more, but you don't want your family to judge you. Where you're like, I don't want to be the one to
Erin,
like.
you got to come to our Thanksgiving.
Okay.
You know, it always converts over. So Maria's always like, my wife's always like, no, we need bread and we need fresh rolls because it goes to turkey sandwiches with stuffing.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely the next day, but later in the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
As now for us, we also bring out board games, which is that's a big deal.
Fun.
They do the board games. I am usually the ref. So
Yeah.
there's like some scorekeeper. That's me. But for me, my best thing would be to get out and get in front of the Godfather or in
Yeah.
front
Yes.
of like a classic.
Or you can just lay down and
film.
digest.
By the way, I'm not a Christmas film guy on that day.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm like
You
a
let
Godfather
Thanksgiving
or
have
a
its own.
Goodfellas. It's like I like a
Goodfellas.
classic
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
The Thanksgiving
feathers.
spin-off.
The Irishman actually would be the one to see
Oh,
this
yeah?
year, Kev. Have you heard?
I have not heard. Talk
3.5 hours. It's long, but it's Scorsese, so I'm sure it's the music and the acting.
Yeah.
It's going to be phenomenal. And I know it drops on Netflix on the 27th. So I would recommend that would be the one.
Yeah.
He's front-running Best Director in the Oscar race right now, the experts say, for this
right.
year. So,
Who are we thinking we were talking about this, Jeff?
in terms of director for this year?
Yes.
He's front-running. The
But
pundits say.
you and I were talking about movies. It was
Oh,
like,
Taika's going to be in there for JoJo.
Tarantino for Once Upon a
And
Time.
Tarantino.
Yeah, and I think maybe this Trey Edward Schultz guy who did Krisha. So
yeah?
if you want your taste,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, so bring it back
For
to
waves.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, if you
I'm
want
gonna
that taste.
Jeff, I'm in.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm sorry we left you out of side dishes.
You're fine. You're fine. I just heard movies and I was like, huh?
So, Jeff, like a nice side dish of buttered corn?
I actually made the side dish last year for
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
All
This
right.
is a kind of a cool story. I did bacon wrapped steamed carrots.
Interesting.
Okay.
I've
So,
never heard of that in my
a
life.
side dish.
A side
Yes.
side
I'm
dish.
fine with it. Just it better not be replacing stuffing.
Not replacing.
Friggin' bacon and carrots.
It was the best. It was
Sorry.
awesome, and
Okay.
they turned out great, and they were a huge hit.
All right, I'm in. Did you guys? It's funny with side dishes. I think growing up they were a little healthier.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it would be like
Oh,
a
yeah.
vegetable,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It'd be several different
now
Peas.
everything's butter.
peas, right? So is there even a peas anymore?
Cream.
Green beans normally for my
We
family.
do creamed peas.
But I think peas would work if you're going to get the canned peas, which is lots of salt and lots of butter
Yeah.
and lots of.
I like peas. Yeah.
No, I like them too. But if it's done,
Yeah.
you're not going to be doing
You're not
it in a
gonna
healthy
pick
way.
it over
We
other
do like
things.
black-eyed creamed peas. It's all.
People eat healthier today
Yeah.
throughout the year. So
this-
why not on
Splurge on
Thanksgiving
one day.
just
You go
splurge
crazy.
and eat
Yes.
stuff that's
Agree.
just
Absolutely.
tastes good and regardless.
All right, so I think have we done it, guys?
We did
Yeah.
it.
I think
Have we
we're
done it? Now we have another studio on the East Coast, and I might be getting the fam to drop an episode next week if I can, because you guys may have to be solo without me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for this Monday.
Yeah.
So
Unless you called
and
in.
what Monday? What are you guys up to?
I'm not sure. Well, we have to pick something that you're not going to mind missing, obviously. So we'll
Some
have
movies.
to see. Yeah.
We'll do the claymation
Oh
specials.
yes, of course. We'll talk about It's
You're
a
being
Wonderful Life.
sarcastic.
Exactly. No,
like-
maybe we'll do Christmas TV episodes because we haven't done that one yet.
Christmas TV episodes.
Yeah.
You guys would be stronger at that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
we can
think
do that.
anyone
That's
cares
what we'll
about Happy Days Christmas.
I mean,
I like Happy Days. We love Henry Winkler and Ron Howard here. So
yeah, we'll get some honorable mentions
All
from
right.
you.
Why don't we let's harness up the sleigh,
Yeah.
Jeff.
It's getting late.
Ryan.
I've got these letters to deliver. You better be getting home too.
And
And remember, behave yourself.
Is this show just depressing you now?
Oh no!
It's not. No. I think we need to go around and we have to talk about briefly what we're thankful for.
Yeah.
I love it.
Kev, you want to start?
Oh, just my family and good friends like Kevin. And I know that's very cliche-ish, but when it comes down to it, it's family.
Yeah.
Family of good friends.
Yep.
I'm not just saying this to brown nose, when your boss is on the panel, but I really do to get to produce shows I like. And Kev, the Christmas Network's been very fun. I want to say I'm thankful for this new venture that's provided a lot of fun dimension to my job.
Well, I would say like family, friends, that's the obvious one. But again, not to brown nose, but I'm really thankful for the opportunities that you guys have given me here because, coming out to LA, I didn't think that I was going to get to obviously host a podcast or do any of the cool things that you guys are allowing me to do. So thank you for giving me a family here and, giving me confidence in myself.
And Erin worked on my first film at 12.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Which meant me
No
a
kidding.
long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Ryan, what about you?
I am so thankful. I mean, I'm going to sound like I'm echoing people, but it's the people in my life right now, especially the people here at AfterBuzz TV. Just couldn't ask for better people to be around, especially like coming to LA this year for the first time. It's been a year of blessings for sure. So Kevin, Maria, Jeff, Steven, Klaus, Vito, everyone here at Bree. Just so thankful for all y'all, and then my family as well, just being super supportive and. Friends and everyone. It's the people in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for me, same, Kevin. I think when you get older too, it's friends, family, and health.
Health.
Good health
Sure.
of friends and family, and
Yes.
good health of your own.
Yep.
And I think the older you get, the more you really value that. And I'll say like from working in this challenging business, when I think of the few friends I have and the few family that I have, it's like they're amazing, and I love that. And then on top of that, like, I'm thankful and grateful to be able to come in here every day and do this. And every day is an adventure for us. Every day it's a new stupid idea I have. And we get to put into action.
Stupid/genius.
Genius.
Yes.
Yeah, we like to think so. No, but and to work with such, and Jeff, I've told you this, like you just make every day so fun when we come in here. You have such a bright attitude, and then Ryan and Vito have followed suit. And Erin, you just like, so we have tons of interns here, and they're all great, but you really came in really fast, and I think
Thank you.
yeah, and I'm also, it's like I'm so thankful to be part of young people's journeys. It's really fun for us, like to see you guys grow, and it's really an honor to be part of it. So that's that from us. So
Yeah.
All right.
but we'll be back next week, correct?
For sure.
With the 6 months of Christmas. There might be some alternate shows from back east. Yes.
Oh, great. I'm in. I'll
Very
be tuned in.
exciting.
Right?
Yeah.
And we have more content coming. We have Celebrity Christmases coming that we're going to be doing. I
Yep.
know the Super Organizer show is still going.
Yep.
Correct?
The Super Organizer Christmas show.
Yes.
Super Organizer Christmas show. We have a Hallmark Christmas show as well, I think.
It's Happy Hallmark Holidays.
And
where they
I know-
review Hallmark movies.
Okay, and in our Latino Feliz Navidad,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know is going to be starting soon for some of our. We have a lot of the Latin cultures, and how they also have celebrated Christmas then and now. So
Wow. Cool.
anyway, I guess
Yeah.
that's it. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksmas.
Happy Thanksmas,
Happy
guys.
Christmas, everyone.
See you next week.
Awesome.
Chief Elf Officers Keven Undergaro and Maria Menounos, Chief Spirit Officer Jeff Graham, and the entire The Christmas 24/7 channel, we would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV's The Christmas 24/7 channel. If you have questions or comments, email us at thechristmas247@gmail.com. Until next time, do your best to give, forgive, and be merry.